Welcome everyone back to Pommy and Oz. Hope we're all doing really well. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. We're going to be back tonight at 7 o'clock to take you through all the drafts in what's been a manic day for the AFL drafts. A few trades gone down and a perfect time to explain the other day's video about the point system of why Brisbane have absolutely nailed what their mandate was. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see, before this morning, Brisbane only had 1,138 points. And they have done two terrific trades this morning, which has really got them the points that they need. As you can see now, they have 2,472 points with a net gain. Now, it's really important that when you look at Brisbane's list as a whole, remember the rule, you can only have as much picks as your senior spot. At this stage, they have 2 list spots. But Jackson Pryor, Luke Beacon are on the senior list, and Devon Robertson and Harry Sharp are expected to leave, which opens up 4 additional list spots, which means that they potentially can take 6 of these picks, which would make 66 as bait. They could also release Darcy Craven and do a little bit more manipulating of their list, but they should go in with a minimum of 6 of these picks. And remember, in draft time as well, you can manipulate these as well. So I could see, just based on this, what we've done is we've given them the 7 picks just so you can see how this works. But this is terrific system. And remember what we said about the net debt. It goes on to next year and it's scaled. What is genius about Brisbane at the minute is that they have pushed that debt back. They have pushed that debt back really well. So this is a phenomenal bit of list management by Brisbane, because they now also will push their debt into another year, which is phenomenal list management. We can't argue with that type of list management from them. So they've done incredibly well with this deal. So this is a real fascinating little conundrum for everyone else in the AFL, because they're going to be looking at this and going, hang about, we're in a little bit of strife here. So it's going to be really interesting how other teams look at manipulating this rule, because this rule is one of the more nuanced rules in the AFL. So let's have a look at why they've done this, right? So that is really important. So let's have a look, and as you can see, this is how it'll work in the draft. So Brisbane go into this, right, currently, as you can see, with their picks. So currently, Brisbane at this stage have 32, 34, 42, 43, 45, 60 and 66. So what they do is a bid comes in pick 3, Levi Ashcroft, meaning their debt is 2,234. Discounted, remember, with the match system to 1,787. Now, they couldn't do this with just pick 20, but now what they use is they burn 32, 34, 42 and 43, which is a total of 1899, which is 112 more than the discount they've got to pay, right? So what the AFL does is give them change. It's like going to the shop, someone says it's $17.20, you give them a $20 note, you get $2.80 change, they give them that change. Now that will be 63 with an asterisk, because obviously there's a bid, so that means everyone gets pushed back. So effectively, that would leave them with 48, 63 and 69, because by the time they next pick, they are going to have, what are they going to have? They're going to have bid matches, aren't they? They're going to be Isaac Keiko. There's going to be players like that. There's going to be them, Leo Lombardo. So it's going to go back. So that works out that they've got 302, 112 and 49, right? So in real life, right? In real life, before the bid matches, all that would do is push these back by 1. So that would be then, if you do it in that kind of, if you want to do it in that kind of avenue and be a little bit nuanced, right? That would be 46, 60, 64 and 66, right? That's how it would look. That's how it would look. As you can see, we've deleted one of them picks. So there we are. So then what we do is then there's another bid comes in, right? And then they've got Sam Marshall. And say Sam Marshall goes at pick 23. So we've had the bids. We've had 3 bids now. Levi Ashcroft, Lombardo, and the other guy, Isaac Keiko, Lombardo, and Levi Ashcroft. That's 3. Our picks now are 48, 63, and 69, which is a total of 463, meaning we owe what is effectively pick 60, right? So the debt is moved on to the second. Now, this is a key part of what Brisbane Lions have done here. This is why it's genius, because remember the rule. The debt goes where the bid is placed. So a second round debt, they have no debt. It's scaled downwards to wherever this pick is to round 3 next year. Meaning, effectively, they lose nothing in these deals, right? They still have their future first. Really important to understand, because next year, they've only got to really bid on one player, and that's Danny Annabelle. There is Raphael Gassou and Jack Harrison, who at the moment are just outside them picks, and this is where they're scheduled to go. You've got Danny Annabelle 5, 57, and 62. So this is fantastic list management from them. This is absolutely fantastic list management, because what Brisbane have done is push that debt back into a place where it doesn't need to go. It doesn't need to go. Now remember, providing they go with 6 in the draft this year as well, there's still a little bit of work they can do, because while they're in the draft and while they're on the clock, they can bring in more picks, so they could even make this debt disappear. They could make this debt disappear so it doesn't even apply by trading, say, 48 for 2 lots of 50s. Do you know what I mean? They could do that to help another team match a bid. Maybe Carlton, maybe a team like that, maybe Malachi Champions, something like that. They can do that and get more picks than they have list spots while in the draft. But this is a really, really nuanced trade. And this is why the other day's video is so important, because hopefully it understands why this is a great deal for all parties. Carlton now have got Arsenal to go after Houston, another player, or go into the draft, which is 12 and 14, which is phenomenal assets. A really, really interesting, nuanced little draft here for you. And one that I just want you to keep your eyes open on, because this is really, really important. So think about it, have a bit of fun with it. But that's a really good deal, and I can't wait to go through all these deals tonight. So thank you very much. Peace, love, and light. Pom out.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh.